Look, I love Derrick Lewis. You love Derrick Lewis. We love Derrick Lewis, but we just got to call a spade a spade. He's going to get knocked out brutally this weekend, more likely than not. As many of you may know, he is taking on Tallison Teixeira this weekend, who is another heavyweight bum, but Derrick Lewis ain't very prime either. The only way Derrick wins this fight is A, Donald Trump calls him and tells him to knock this guy out, or B, his balls are hot. Other than that, he's going to gas out likely in 2 or 3 rounds, and he's just going to quit similar to how he did against Cyril Gane. Call it what it is. Say what you want. He's going to look the same. That's exactly how this fight's going to look. It's going to look exactly like the Gane fight. This Teixeira dude knocked out his opponent in the first 30 seconds, his last fight, and he's tall. Derrick Lewis has always had trouble with tall dudes, and of course he has a puncher's chance. He has more of a puncher's chance than anyone, but on paper, logistically, Teixeira is going to TKO Lewis. Like, I don't know what to tell you. If you got a few extra bucks laying around and you want to make some money, rather than putting it in the S&P 500 or your Roth IRA this week, sprinkle a little money onto Tallison Teixeira, because you're going to get a good return, probably a better return than the S&P 500 as far as the time period goes. Same with the Roth IRA. So it's good money. I mean, me personally, I'm never going to bet against Derrick Lewis because I know he has that chance, but if you got the money lying around, why not? Again, Derrick Lewis does not look good against tall opponents. What do you mean, sir? He beat Volkov. Okay. Volkov was tossing him around that whole fight. And like I said, Donald Trump told him to knock the Russian guy out. So, again, his age is like 50, bro. He's old ash. And this fight's probably going to be runts. Like, Derrick Lewis is just going to gas out and get sloppy TKO'd. And then this stupid Teixeira guy is going to think he has a shot against Aspinall just for him to get knocked out and chinned in 2 seconds. And bro, even if he does win and fight Aspinall, bro, who cares? Like, this dude literally has no hype. No one cares about him. I guess he can gain some by beating Lewis, but if he just beats Lewis, I'm not going to want to see him win. I'm going to want to see him get chinned. Because, like I said, I love Lewis, but I got to call a spade, especially when some people are putting their money on the line. I'm not going to lead you down the wrong path. Please pick Tallison Teixeira. Again, I love Lewis, but come on. Let's live in reality here for a second. This isn't a Disney movie with perfect script writing where the good guy always wins or the fan favorite wins. This is reality. We're going to have a stupid NPC Brazilian heavyweight get a win. He's going to maybe get another one after this. If he does fight Aspinall, he's going to get chinned. That's how his career is going to go. So pick Teixeira for now. He'll probably get a knockout, but whatever. Gabriel Bonfim's a huge favorite against Thompson, bro. That is highway robbery. Please put some money on Thompson, because I'm telling you what, Thompson has an amazing takedown defense. Shavkat was struggling for his life to take down Thompson. Buckley was struggling. Only reason Buckley knocked him out is because Buckley was mixing in the takedowns, and he actually has good power. Bonfim's a freaking NPC, bro. Wonderboy's going to tag him up. I don't care. 3 rounds. He can last 3 rounds without getting chinned. Yeah, his chin's going to suck, but he has some of the best footwork in the game. He's still extremely fast for the division. His kicks are insane, bro. What a dog pick. What a dog pick. I cannot believe he's the underdog. Why? Because Bonfim's in his prime? Bro, I don't care. Stephen Thompson never heavily relied on his physicality, so it's not going to change much. And again, he's still fast. We saw it in the Buckley fight. He's had time to recover. I think he's going to get this one done. It's a beautiful dog pick, I'll tell you that. And who has Bonfim beaten? Ange Lusa? Come on, bro. All his wins are by sub. It takes a lot to take down Thompson, let alone sub him. And on the feet, he's a non-factor. Like, come on. This is the easiest pick of the year, and Stephen Thompson's like a plus 300 underdog. Bro, what a pick. Just because he got knocked out by Buckley, who looked amazing on the feet against Usman, doesn't mean anything. Like, nothing. It means nothing. And people are hyping up Bonfim for getting a few subs against some cans. Please put some money on Stephen Thompson. Look, I like Cater, but at this point in time, I just think he's washed. He's 37. Steve Garcia's 33 in his athletic prime. He has a beautiful win over Chase Hooper. Calvin Cater's on a couple lost losing streak. As awfully redundant. Calvin Cater is on a losing streak. And, it'd be nice if he could pull off a Giga Chikadze type performance, but that was a long time ago when he was doing stuff like that. Now he's 37. He's going to be washed up. Less confidence than ever. He doesn't really have that much pop. And Steve Garcia does. Steve Garcia is only getting better. He's put on more muscle mass. This is a pretty easy pick. I think Even the numbers on this one are a little surprising. You'd think Steve Garcia would be a bigger favorite, but I guess Vegas doesn't see it that way. But I'm seeing through this right now. I'm telling you, Steve Garcia is going to get the win. He might TKO Kattar, but Kattar has a good chin. He has gone through some wars. We know he's taken 10,000 shots from Max Holloway, so who knows if it's ready to crack. But he also went to a decision with Josh Emmett. It might be time for Calvin to get cracked. Pause. And Steve Garcia is going to get the job done. So Steve Garcia, easy pick here. This one's another easy one to call. Look, I love Nate Landwehr, but again, he's 37. Morgan Chartier is in his athletic prime or very close. And while he does have those 11 losses, I think it's going to be a non-factor. Nate Landwehr gets beat up bad in every fight. He's coming off a bad knockout. Morgan Chartier is coming off a decision loss. And even when Nate Landwehr does win, it's always a war, and he's winning by the skin of his teeth more often than not. Morgan Chartier, is that how you say it? Chartier? Morgan's going to win. Pick Morgan. Or I guess it'd be this way. Vitor Petrino versus Austin Lane. Vitor was a very hyped up prospect once upon a time, and he's moving up to heavyweight. So he's going to probably have a speed advantage. He's going to have a technique advantage, i.e. skill. Definitely have more power than he had at light heavyweight. You can tell he's visibly a lot bigger. He just looks like a meatball now. Anyways, he's going to chin Lane. Simple as. Chin's not going to be... I called him Chin. Austin's not going to be able to do anything. Austin's like a random heavyweight NPC bum. Pick Vitor. Easiest pick of the year. Junior Tafa versus Tuco Tucos. Junior Tafa actually cut weight for this fight and looks half decent. So I'm going to go with Junior Tafa because in this division, light heavyweight, the skill level is so low that you can literally just look at the physiques and pick a fighter based on that. But Junior Tafa actually looks very, very good. Pause going into this fight. I don't know what this picture is. It's not how he looks currently. He's leaned out, put on some muscle, and similar to Lane, Tuco Tucos is just like an NPC of this division. So Junior Tafa, he'll win, no doubt. Max Griffin versus Chris Curtis. This one's another extremely fight. Oh my gosh. This one's another extremely easy fight to call. It's going to be Chris Curtis easily. He's way more shredded. I believe he's younger. He has better boxing fundamentals. He's going to win. Simple as. For this one, I'm going with the dog, Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews has some of the crispiest boxing in the UFC, most slept on. His combos are crazy. Like, his hand speed is very impressive for how subpar his UFC career has been so far. I think his weakness is predominantly the grappling, but even then, he has the advantage over Chidi Nuchikuki. I don't know, his Chidi. He has the advantage in the grappling, and I think his hands are very good, very underrated hands. So I'm going with Jake Matthews. If you're better in the stand-up and you're better in the grappling, all signs would point towards the fact that you are going to win the fight. So, simple MMA math. Jake Matthews is going to win. Look, Lauren Murphy looks very old. I'm going to go with Eddie Oramura. Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Walter Walker. Now, Kennedy Nzechukwu did move up from light heavyweight, I believe. And ever since, he's been looking a lot better. And Walter Walker is a freaking massive tank. Johnny Walker's brother, so I'm going to suspect the chin isn't very good. Anyway, Kennedy Nzechukwu is going to have the speed advantage. Similar to the Austin Lane Vitor Petrino fight. Former light heavyweight versus heavyweight. Former light heavyweight almost always wins. So I'm going to go with Kennedy Nzechukwu any day now. Alright, doesn't want to load. I don't know any of these folks. Well, Mike Davis actually kind of sounds familiar. But clearly, Mike Davis has some advantage over him. I don't know if it's height, muscle, freaking size, confidence. I don't know. Clearly, he has a huge advantage, so I'm going to go with Mike Davis. And same for this last fight. Like, who is Fada McCline? Am I casual? Maybe. Do I care? No. Fada McCline's probably going to win, though. Those were my picks for Derrick Lewis versus Tallison Teixeira. I just want to thank you for watching. If you have anything to say in the comments, leave one below. I respond to all of them as per usual, and I'll see you soon.